That's great right there. What's up, y'all? Oh boy. Woo. It's been rough, man. It's been rough, man. I've been battling, boy. Y'all just don't know, boy. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, boy. It's been rough. Listen, um, um, listen. You know, it's not hard for me to say, but my words aren't romantic, or they won't sound what they call educated, you see. And oftentimes that prevent me from talking and saying certain things, you see. But I'm not supposed to stop talking. I'm not supposed to give myself a rest or ignore certain things that come to me, you see. I'm not speaking like in the words in the language that's confined inside of the holy text. I'm not confined there. You see, you do that. You master that, or try to master, and you keep studying and do whatever you can to open up those codes inside of the book. You do it. You see, it's your job to do that if you're called to, you see, if that's what you're doing, you see, because you're going to have to talk. You're going to have to talk strong and plain to some of this power that's about to hit you. You see, it's about to come and hit you. You see, and we don't know when this power is coming. Well, it's already here. It's already here. Hey. Hold on, y'all. Shit. Hold on, man. I'm talking to my peoples. What's up? Huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Don't start no shit. Oh, I like that. Yeah. Where you been all that damn day? Shit. Coming home late at night. Staying out all right now. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. That's my neighbor, man. That's my neighbor. She cool peoples, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen. A lot of things out here, it's not hitting. You see, it's not hitting certain people, not right now. Just imagine a master teacher, right? Just imagine a master teacher, okay? And this master teacher, he's very strategic on what he's paying attention to or what he's observing. You see, he it's like he's measuring certain things on how people carry themselves with this great power that was written inside of the book. You see, with this great power that was written inside of the book. Just imagine a teacher, you see, and he has the power to give you an A all the way to F, to an F, you see, an A plus all the way to an F. You see, you know how like they do in school. Well, when I was young, we used to get Fs. You know, that's you just failed. That don't mean you know what I'm saying, you're dumb or nothing. You just failed, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Always have a window to do it again. What I'm trying to say to you, or I'm trying to lay out here, is your book, that Bible, is coded. Okay, it's a code book. Okay, it's a code book. And a lot of people who read the Bible, they open up the book and they read it as it is and take what it says as it is and try to become that in this day and time. Some people go forward with it and it do them good. And there are those who don't go forward. Well, there are those who go forward and they fail. You see? And they fail. And they read the same book. You see? Doing the same thing the other person did. But the other person prospered, but one failed. You see? Now, why is that? Why is that? Did that have something to do with what they were reading? Did it have something to do with what they were studying? No. You see? No. It's based on your frequencies. That's what it is. It's based on your frequencies. The one who prospered probably is in tune with something that he never knew about, that came from his grandmother or came from his mother, someone in his family, his father, his grandfather. You see? He probably got something in him that's allowing him to prosper greater than the one who failed. You see? The one who failed, for some reason, they just can't stay strong with the Bible. You see? They just can't stay. They know it just like the person who prospered know it. But for some reason, they're starting to lose their mind because they can't prosper properly, or what they call prosper out here. You see? Instead of understanding that failure is not actually a failure at all. See, it's not actually a failure at all. You think you're going to be the only failure? You think you're going to be the only one who can't prosper when it comes to reading the Bible mentally? You see? You think you're the only one? There's a lot of them. It's a lot of them. You see? While that one who's prospering, while he's going up and doing all type of things, getting his, I guess, wealth and everything because he's praising God, and he's blessing, Jesus. You see? I mean, Jesus is blessing him. You see? But Jesus ain't blessing him, the other one. Or is he? You see? Or is he? You see? Listen. We have to understand where we're at. You see, we have to understand where we're at. We have to understand this earth and this magnetism. You see? We have to understand these things and what we're connected to outside of the book. You see, you're going to have to do that. You see, and all of this is going to come from your health. You see, your health, your mental health. You see, all these things going to come into play. You see, all these things going to come into play. And if it don't say it in the Bible, that don't mean you don't have to do it. Don't be no fool. You see, don't be no fool now. You came from the womb of the architect's creation. You see what I'm saying? There was no book there. There was sperm and an egg. You see, there was sperm and an egg. You see, that sperm have data and has a book of its own in it that goes back thousands of years. You see, thousands of years. You see, what I'm saying to you, or what I'm trying to get to, I'm trying to ask a simple question. You have Jesus that everybody loved, that everybody prayed to. You see, that was invented late 1400s, 1500s. You see, with the J. Okay, before that it was an I. Before the J there was an I. You see, the J is in this time now. So when you hear people say Jesus don't exist, he never existed, he existed when that J came out. You see, that's the day he was born. You see, that's the day he was born, when that J came out. That name, that title. You see, that's the day that he was born. Has nothing to do with what happened way back then. You see what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with that. You know, it's as if somebody stole somebody's culture. You see? Now listen to what I'm saying to you. Then you have Miriam. You see? Okay? Then you have Miriam. You know what I'm saying? Jesus' mother name is Mary. Yahushua's mother name is Miriam. You see? Or Yahushai. You see? Whatever feels in your heart, whatever connects to you. You see? Hebraically. You know what I'm saying? Whatever connects to you. I like Yahusha. I like Yahusha because it feels good. And plus I can see the chemistry in that name. You see, I can see the chemistry in that name. It fits my bio. I don't know what it does to yours, but it fits my bio. You see, you know, just like Jeremiah and just like Job. Have you ever read something in the Bible and it just told your whole story like Job? I mean, you can just, oh my Lord. I'm telling you, man, then you read Jeremiah and you hear some things that he's saying. Have you ever read Jeremiah 9? Read that book of Jeremiah 9. That's a good book to read and open it up and try to memorize it. You see, try to memorize it and put it up to date. Just say certain things that's up to date, like you're living today. You see, like you're living today. Use the words, but open them up. You see, use the words, but open them up. So the sound is going to match these frequencies out here. You see? Listen. Read Jeremiah all the way from, I think it's 9 to 26. 9 to 26. You see? And then think about your alphabet. 1 through 26. You see? 1 through 26. See if you can measure. See if you can measure what Jeremiah is saying. See if you can measure what Jeremiah is saying. You see? See if you can measure what Jeremiah is saying. See when you're reading these things, when you're reading this book, you know, chapter 9, all the way to 26, when you're reading that chapter, see if things can pop in your head. See if you can visualize Jeremiah right there next to you, talking to you, to where it will invoke a question inside of you that you would ask, what you would ask the being that you're reading. You know what I'm saying? As if it's the body there. You see? You're going to have to use these things that you was given. You see? You're going to have to use these things that was given. I'm trying to talk to you. You see? I'm trying to talk to you. I'm trying to put you up on something. You see? I can't say too much. I keep telling y'all that I can't say too much now. I gotta last. I got work to do. You see? But anyway, that's a good chapter to read inside the book. But anyway, you have Jesus and you have Yahusha. I'm out here getting ate up, man. It's like you can't even see him. I'm holding the phone, but it's like I didn't see no damn mosquito on my thumb. You see? It's like they going through my shirt and everything, man. But anyway, you have Yahusha and you have Jesus. Yahusha and you have Jesus. Listen to what I'm saying. Where is Jesus at today? Can you see Jesus? Can you see Jesus today? You see, can you see him today? And if you can't see him today, why not? why you can't see Jesus today. What is it about your vision that won't allow you to see Jesus? Why can't you see the Messiah? You see? The Messiah. Why can't you see the Messiah? The anointed one. You see? Why can't you see the Messiah? Just imagine, I gotta go now, darn it. Just imagine for a second, this darn thing gonna cut off too, as soon as I get in here. Just imagine for a second. Somebody walked up to you and asked you, were you the Christ? What if somebody came up to you, walked up to you and asked you, were you the Christ? What would you say? What would you say? If someone asked you if you were the Christ, what would you say? You see, what would you say to that person? Would you say that to that person? No. Would you say to that person, no, I'm not? Would you say that to that person? And if you do say no, why? Why? If you believe in him, Jesus, if you believe in Jesus, if you say you love him, do you love him on the outside or do you love him on the inside? Okay, let's say you love him on the inside. So if you love him on the inside and a person come up to you and say, are you the Christ? Are you Christ Jesus? Jesus Christ? JC. What would you say? You said you love him. You said that he's inside of you. You see? So therefore, you're harnessing that particular energy that you didn't get out of a book. Okay? You're harnessing that energy. But when someone come up to you and asks you, are you the Christ? You say no. You say no. You go get down the street, you ask somebody else who's sufficient in the book. Who's sufficient in the book? Mostly Christians. They'll say no also. You see? Everyone will say no, but everybody loved Jesus. Jesus then blessed them. You see? Jesus then gave them prosperity. You see? Jesus gave them any desire that you have in your heart. Jesus then gave it to you. You see? But when someone asks, are you the Christ? You tell them no. What is it about the word no that's in your heart? How come you can't say that you are what you love? How come you can't say what you love? You see, you are Jesus if you say you love him. You see, you're prosperous. You see, you made it through all type of turmoils in your life by your discipline of what you was reading in the scripts of Jesus. You see? And many more. You see? Jesus was the anchor to a lot of people, according to the book. You see? That name, that word. But when someone walk up to you and asks you, are you Christ? You tell them no. So, everything about Christ to you is in the spirit, it's unseen. You can't see Christ. You can't see Christ. So since you can't see Jesus. So since you can't see Jesus, your children won't see him either. Those after you won't see him either. You see? Let's go 20, 30 years ahead. It'll be the same thing. See, it'll be the same thing. But you're waiting on him. But you're waiting on him to come back. What if he was already here? What if he was already here? In millions. You see, in the name of love. You see, or do that love have commandments? You see, what do the love have? Do it have commandments? Or do it just have, I know what's in the Bible, I can read it, I can see, I read the Bible every day. Is that what you have? And you just know the Bible? What is it? So, out of millions of people, no one saw Christ. What if that million of people, what if you was him? You see, what if you was Christ and you are kind to your brother? You see, you're respectful to your sister. See, you're taking care of your children. You're taking care of your wife. You're a protector. You see, all these things that comes with discipline. You see, and obedience. Something that you don't have to read about. It's just, it should be natural in you unless you were heathen. You see, unless you were heathen. Or unless you came into the world in an environment where the curse was so thick that you was born into iniquity. You see, because there's a lot of people who were born into iniquity. You see, some weren't, some was. You see, don't make them bad. You see, it don't make them bad. You see, they just studying. They just gonna have to learn how to study and get them out of that iniquity. You see, they just got to study. But what I'm saying is, you can't see. See, it's hard for people to realize this or to understand or to grab it. If all of you people are Jesus and you love Jesus, you don't think you're one body? You don't think you're one body? You don't think you have power? Why is there poverty around here? Why do we have poverty? Why do the young people that came out of the wombs, you see, or before the womb, the sperm, you see, from the father and the mother, why is it that their children are out here letting you know that you're not Jesus? What if you said you were? I wonder if these things will happen. What if every time one of these young brothers pick up their AK-47 and aim it at each other? What if somebody hollered out, why you going over there to kill Jesus? What's the purpose of killing Jesus? Do you think they will listen to you? You see, do you think they will listen to you? You see? Listen, what I'm trying to do, see, you're going to have to come together as a body. You see, this is what, let me jump over to Yahusha. This is what Yahusha is calling for. You see, this is what Yahusha is calling for. You see, Yahusha is calling for a body. You see, he's calling for a body. Just imagine 1 million people believing in Yahusha or Yahweh. You see, just imagine 1 million people believing in his power. You see, today, not 2,000 years ago. I'm talking about today. You see, what would make some believe that he never existed, he won't exist. What would make them believe that it's energy? Where is that energy? Could that energy be placed inside of a bottle? A bottle, inside of a capsule? Inside of a body? Inside of a pod? Could that energy be placed there? How vast is that energy? You see? How magnificent is that energy? If you're all on one accord when it comes to Yahusha. You see? What if you knew he was here? Because of what you're reading. Because of your discipline and your obedience. You can't say that you are. You can't say that you're Yahusha. How come you can't say it? How come you can't say it? How come you can't say that you're Yahusha? You see? Why can't you say that? Will you be embarrassed to say it? Will they hang you? Will they kill you for saying it? Just imagine him coming back in the flesh. Just imagine him coming back in the flesh. And he already then recorded everyone. You see, over a 20-year period, he already recorded everyone. And he's coming in the flesh. You see? But no one recognized him. You see? And even if he talks, or if he says something, you probably gonna laugh, probably gonna call him a demon, what they was calling him in the book. You see? You probably gonna mock him. You probably gonna say he's false. He's not real. You see? But he's you. So you're saying this to yourself. See, you're saying it to yourself. When I come back, see, this is what I'm going to do. Or Yahusha never existed. Yahusha never existed. See? You never existed. You don't exist. You don't exist at all. You see? Is it the flesh? Is that why? Is the flesh wicked to where you can't see Yahusha? Your mother's organ, that skin, that spine, you see, it's wicked as hell. Your mama's. She gave you that. This organ, you know, the skin with the pores and stuff in it, you know, it be breathing and shit. Yeah. Why is it that we can't put Yahusha in us? And when we come to our brother, we treat our brother like he is Yahusha. We treat our sister like she is Yahusha. You see? What's mystical about that? Because it's not written in the book. So, you need a walker. You need a walker, and you need some powdered milk. You're still drinking milk. You see, you're still drinking milk. And you need a walker. You know, with the little wheels on it. Not the walker like I had. You know, when you break your leg, not like I had, you know. You know, I'm talking about the little baby walker, you know what I'm saying, with the little wheels on it. You know, they make the little baby spin around, you know what I'm saying, all that type of shit. You see, what I'm saying is, read some passages in the Bible and just think about, try to figure in your mind why the people are going to be wailing. Why the people are going to be sad? Why are they going to be grinding their teeth? Why are they going to be confounded or confused? You see? Wow, just think about that for a second. Just think about that. Just imagine a person coming home from from being away for a long time. And he happened to just come home, go home. And he was gone for a long time, but when they saw him, they didn't recognize him. Some did, but the ones that he wanted to recognize him, those that he loved, they didn't recognize him. I guess he was probably dead to them. Or just think of him just coming home and they greeted him with open arms because they knew that that was their brother. They knew that that was their father. They knew that that was their uncle. You see? They knew that that was their cousin. They knew. They knew. They knew. You see? Because of his demeanor, because of how he talked. You see? They all the same. You see? Just imagine everywhere you go, you're talking like Yahusha. You see? And when people see you, or just think of 20 or 30 people, and they all sound the same. They all got the same expressions. You see? They all speak with agility. You see? They all, they speak with their hands and stuff. You see? They like to move around. You know what I'm saying? They like to move around. You know what I'm saying? They turn to their left. They turn to their right because they're aware. You know what I'm saying? It's the awareness that's making you turn around and making you look from the left to right, north, south, east, and west. You covering all poles. You see? What if you saw this? You see? In all these beads. You see? Do you know Yahusha? Do you know him? What if you can talk to him? Not begging because he's your brother. You see? He's your brother. He don't want you to beg to him. Pleading. You see? Pleading. What you pleading for? You see? What you pleading for? He's looking for strength. And he's looking for his father's power in you. You see? Or you just imagine him. Just imagine him being a father of a multitude. You see? And your tears and how you feeling is not going to correct he's not going to fix that. You see? Because he ain't going to know why you crying and wailing. Where were you before he came? You see? Where were you before he came? You see, that's going to be the question. Where were you before he came? You see? Where were you? Where was your mind? You see, where was your mind? You see, they all had flesh. You see, they all had flesh, or they all got flesh. You see, what if you just bring yourself up here today? Bring yourself up here today and just visualize Yahusha coming back. What if you had the power to bring him home? What if you had the power to bring Yahusha home, but you can't do it? You don't know how to do it. You see, because he's just a character in the book. You see, he's a character in the book. And your essence, and all the things that was written in the book, your essence, you know what I'm saying, blended with that. And it made you prosperous. It made you do good things, positive things in the world. And so therefore you're, you know what I'm saying, you bind with it. You know what I'm saying? That's you. You know what I'm saying? It's true. It's true. The book is true. You see? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You see? There's nothing wrong with that. You see, the good and the bad. You see? They always hold two poles. Make sure you get your negative and positives in check. You know, they go up and down like this. See, the negative and positive, they go up and down like that. You have to control them. You see, know when that negative is supposed to come out. Know when that positive is supposed to come out. You see, when there's nothing around, however it may be, you centralize yourself. You see, you centralize yourself. You see? Because you got to understand. You know what I'm saying? You know, you in hell, whether you believe it or not. You see? You in hell, whether you believe it or not. You see? Now, your mind don't have to be in hell, though. You see, your mind, it don't have to be in hell. You see. Now, if you went through certain things in your world, and you want to share these things with people and act them out, you see, for your healing, you see, and your study, since you don't know nobody, if you're by yourself, I'm speaking of if you're by yourself, you see. Well, yeah, that's the best thing to do when you're by yourself. You know, record yourself talking, you see. And when you're talking, a lot of people going to think this is you today. You see, they're going to think that. They're going to think this is you today. You see, not knowing you speaking to a lot of people. You see, who's going through all the things that you went through then. You see, they're going through it today. You see, they're going through the same thing today. You see, have you ever heard people who probably never went to church, never went to the mosque, you see, never went to the temple, whatever. But for some reason, when they're talking about a certain topic, it sounds like they got it from the scriptures. Have you ever met people like that? Sound like they got certain things that they're writing from the scriptures? I'm sure you have. You hear them talking like, oh wow, that's in John, wompty boom, wompty boom. You know, yeah. You know why it's like that? Because it's life. It's life. See, everything is 360. Everything is 360. See, everything is 360. See, you don't know that though. Well, you can know. You see, you can know if you expand your mind. You see, if you expand your mind. This is why I say come here, come home, come back here. See, come back here. You see, come back here. You see, come back here. Because you're seeing all those bodies and all those characters that's just in your book. You're seeing them out here in life. You see? So, you're going to be able to identify the things that's out here in the world. You see? And those who don't read the book, they experience them. You see? They experience them. You see? That's why when they talk about their stuff, you can see it in the book because of their experience. You see? Of life. Good and bad. You see? Good and bad. You can see it. You see? It's a rough world. It's a rough world. But it's old school. It's old school. You see? It's old school. And one thing that we have to understand, family, is that we're gonna have to learn how to talk. You see, we're gonna have to learn how to talk. I'm listen. I'm saying talk like, you know, when you pray, if you pray, or if you know how to pray. You know what I'm saying? Don't pray. Please don't pray like you know, like you down. Don't pray like that. You know, pray with strength. Pray with power. You see, because that's what you need. That's what you need. Tell on yourself. Talk to yourself. Talk to Yahusha. You see, ask him where is he at? You know what I'm saying? Reveal himself. Reveal to me where you at, man. I can't see you. I'm blind. The flesh is in the way. You see, the flesh is in the way. I can't see you. You see, because the flesh is there. You see? You see? You would never see him because of that flesh. You see, because of the flesh. Because he looks just like everybody else. And if you see him and be talking some things, and he's probably, whatever he's doing, you'll probably call him a false prophet. You know what I'm saying? You'll start seeing eggs and stuff thrown at him, you see? Because of the flesh. You can't see, you're blind. The flesh blinded you, you see? Or you will lust after him. You know, his flesh. You see? Male or female in this day and time. You see? This is real shit. It's real. You see? If these spirits and these minds out here today are just like it was in the days of Lot, you see, when those angels came down, you see, those angels came down, you know, or not the angel, yeah, when they came down, you see, the people, they saw they looked like they had flesh, and the people wanted to have sex with them. The men, you see, the men, shit, Lot was like, here, you take my daughters. Shit, you see? Hey, listen, man. You don't think you were in that time? How did they know these things? How did they know these things? You see? How did they know that these things was going to happen? You see? Who had the book? Who had the book? Out of all those books that was written, you see? All those books that was written. Let me see something. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me see something. Let me see if I can find this for y'all. You see? Because this is really deep, man. This is really deep. And sometimes, man, and sometimes we put ourselves in these positions and we put ourselves in these positions to where we just don't want to expand. We want to stay right there inside of that that square. You see, you got to expand. Once you know you got that book inside of you, you knowing that book, you put that in your heart and use it for strength. You see, use that book for strength. It's principles. You see, it's principles. You can't be all docile and weak out here. No. You know. You know what I'm saying? You docile and weak, but those who put you in captivity, you know, they out here ripping stuff up. See, they out here ripping things up, ready to knock you out the box. You know, ready to make you extinct. Yeah. Let me see here. Those are books of the Bible. Yeah, let me see. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Oh, shit. Battery low. Oh, snaps. Hopefully I can get there. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let's see here. All right. So we got Wycliffe. We got the Wycliffe version. We have, let's see. We have the Coverdale. We have the Matthew's Bible. You see, we have the great Bible of Kramer's. What did I say? Taverner's Bible. What else we have? Genevian Bible. Let's see. We have all these Bibles, all these translations. Let's see what we got. The Bishop's Bible. I'm blind, y'all. I can't see that. It look like the Rahims. I can't really see that. I'm sorry. What else we have? Okay. And then we have the 1611 King James Version. That's what most brothers, they read today. What else we have? We have the Revised Version, AD. What's that? 1881, 1885. And then we have the 1900 AD American Revised. Let's see. Okay, hold on now. How many did I count? Okay, well that's about it. That's about it in this book. Now, the book that I'm reading, man, this is my Bible, my old Bible, man. This is my old Bible, man. It's a good book. It's a pretty good book. You know what I'm saying? It takes you through the precepts and everything, you see, the laws, you know what I'm saying, the constitutional laws, you see, all these type things, you see all the precepts, you see, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good book. But anyway, what I'm trying to say to you is, just think about something. Just think about something. Somebody needed to learn these things. Somebody needed to learn these things. And when they learned them, what happened? What happened? What happened to our people? What happened to our people when we learned that book? Or when they learned the book. You see? When they learned that book, what happened to the people? What happened to people that look like you and I over there in Europe? You see? Did they get stronger or what? Did they get stronger? Did they get stronger mentally? You see? Mentally strong? When I say strong and strength, I'm not talking about physical. I'm talking about mental strength. You see? Holding tight both poles. You see? What book was oh man, I got a little time with it. What book were our ancestors reading when they built in Oklahoma these black wall streets? The black wall streets in Oklahoma, in Florida, hell, all across this land. What book were they reading? Were they Muslims? Were they Buddhists? You see? What were they? You see? Were they Egyptologists? You know what I'm saying? You know, all the great, all this stuff that's out here today, all this knowledge out here today, were they talking about that? Were they talking about all those things? Because for some reason we got all this knowledge, but those people who went through 10 times worse than what we went through, they was building, baby. They was building. You see? You know, in the midst of chaos, they was building. You see? Didn't give a damn. You see? They dressed the part. You see? In modest apparel. You see? They was dressed right to do business. How do they dress today? And what do they say today? In the name of Jesus. Did they say in the name of Jesus back then? Did they say it? We'll never know. But God doggone, we got a record of their achievements. But they was using that Bible to guide them. You see? So, how did they do it? Can you do that? Why did they have the same type of mind? How did they have the same type of mind structure? This is way before Elijah Muhammad. This is way before Drew Ali. This is way before these brothers. You see? Are during that period of time. You see? Well, hell, Elijah Muhammad had that same spirit in him. You see? Had that same spirit in him. Drew Ali did too. All these things was coming down. And they're coming down now. We in the 20s. This is the 20s. We back. We're here. You see? All these things are coming down. You see? The Renaissance era is here. You see? Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted because they all going to pop up. You see? All going to pop up. Everybody's coming up from hell. You see? Everybody's coming up from the pit. You see, they're being helped out. We don't know if they're good or bad. We don't know. We'll see later on. But I tell you the truth. You hold on tight. You hold on tight because it's a war out here. It's about to brew big time to where you're going to feel it and you're going to know it. You see, you're going to feel it and you're going to know it. And none of these things from the past is going to help you. None of these things from the past is going to help you. None of these monsters and things that these conscious community people, so-called conscious community people, with this so-called higher knowledge, all these images and shit they showing you shit that had nothing to do with what came out of your mother's womb. None of that type shit, none of these monsters and shit that they be saying that's good, and telling you what shit mean, but they have to show you monsters and shit like that. All this false shit. Oh, burn it up. When you see it, burn it up. Burn all of it up. Burn it up. I'll help you. You see, that's our purpose. To burn it all up. Woo! Aren't you happy about it? Aren't you happy about what's about to take place? I know you are. We're about to burn it up. You see? Yeah.